Yeah.
Wrong way.
Yeah, but what's messed up is he's probably trying to avoid all these people. Another England. Smoking past England all night long. All night long. England's everywhere. Oh, that one didn't flash me over. What a douchebag. Because you can see the water just like streaming off the window because it's a fucking, it's like a hurricane or some shit. I don't know. It's like really windy. There was hail earlier, and it's actually just rain, but like there was rain and hail. And like 30, 45 minutes later, it goes from hailstorm and rain to black ice and snow. And like apparently there's a jackknife coming up. So I don't know, man. This is crazy. Going up into Minnesota. It's pretty wild. All of our routes got shut down. And I'm pretty sure this is why. I am stuck in fucking inches of snow. I gotta fucking chain up. And over there it's like 4 feet, but yeah. So don't drive through that. I made it all the way up to here and got stuck on a little incline. And it's storming. It's crazy. I'm really close to, what is it? Shit. Minnesota. Somewhere in Minnesota. Oh, fuck, that's cold. Yeah, so I'm gonna hide behind the truck. Holy shit. It's like a freeze over, like where it just hits everything and freezes. And everybody's getting off the road and fucking, oh man, hit this rest stop and got stuck at the stop sign, taking the exit on ice. Fucking skid all the way down here and then get stuck. It's fucked up. Anyway, I gotta chain up and get out. Next video probably coming up is gonna be me pissed off at the terminal because I don't have a load, or they're not dispatching anybody back to Salt Lake. I'm gonna be stuck in fucking Minnesota for Christmas. I'll be pissed off. In the cold. Oh my god. Okay, so here we are in Rialto, California. Exciting FedEx yard. It's told, yeah, all those trucks are waiting. I was told that our load was ready. Focus. Oh my god, focus. And it wasn't ready. So, as you can see, everybody else is probably told the same thing, waiting on their load. I don't know if this is gonna work because really zoomed in. There we go. That's probably why it's all blurry. Alright. So the whole thing is that I've been getting a lot of comments and questions and all kinds of stuff lately. I don't know what's going on. I guess the economy's pretty fucked up. Which it always has been, and you know, trucking has always been a good way to make some money or get a job. That's I don't know, I would say more along the lines of being stable. But recently, most of the contracts have been picked up by big companies such as England, Swift, CRST, Henderson, all that. So even us FedEx drivers sit and wait for pretty much the loads that are assigned to us because of major companies being able to basically lowball everybody else. So like the mom and pop stores in the Walmart situation, you know, like Walmart moves in, mom and pop can't afford anything, so they raise their prices to basically try and balance things out and stay in business, and people stop shopping, because things are so expensive at their store. They go to Walmart, and that's pretty much how the trucking industry is going right now. There's so many large corporations that are out there. They're not even businesses anymore. They're major corporations, just basically monopolizing the industry, I would say, to benefit them, obviously, but moreover, give them the stability and reassurance that if they were to lease you a truck, that they're not only going to get the money back for that truck, but they're going to get, you would say, at least 3 times as much as the truck itself is worth. So like you hear people say like they paid for their truck like 3-4 times by the time it was paid off. Let's see if I can see this before. I'm going to split this video and make sure that it's not too crappy, because I'm not doing too much editing tonight. Continue. Right, so yeah, you can still kind of see me. It's not too bad, but I'm not going to do like some really outrageous video. I'm not here to give you backing tips and tell you how to hook up a trailer and whatnot. It's pretty self-explanatory in my book. I'm one of those guys that was raised pretty much old school, to the point where if you want something, you work for it. So my videos, like I said, are directed more towards if you're focusing on a career versus my phone's dying. If you're focusing on a career versus just a job, because trucking is a career. A lot of people think it's a joke that we're just out here driving just to have fun and stuff, and we have our kicks, and we make the best out of the situation. Like that, the yard dogs are out there having fun. Or that guy's just being an idiot. See, that's why I faced it backwards. So that's another thing, yard safety. That's really big. Somebody could be walking out of the line haul office and get nailed by a truck that's just not paying attention. It's little things like that that'll take your license away and ruin your life. It's not so much a job because of your license and your qualifications. If you get into a car and you hit somebody, you're still liable and held to the same standards as if you were driving a commercial vehicle because of your license. So back to my original point is that it's more of a career, but because of the major corporations that have taken up roots in the industry themselves, not so much before they would have a certain place, or there were certain standards and restrictions that pretty much kept them from dictating how the industry was ran. So now, like I said before, you have companies like England, CRST, Swift, Henderson, all of them. Warner is not so bad in my book anymore, really, because I had a student go over there. He's a pretty good guy, and it worked out for him. He made the best out of the situation, and hopefully he's still in trucking. I haven't heard from him recently, but he's a good guy, and he had a good head on his shoulders. So I know that the agreement that he went into, the lease agreement, he didn't go into it blindly, I wasn't into training people to be basically sheep or mule for these companies and these corporations, because, like I said, there's a lady who wrote me and asked me about her husband leasing a truck with England. Right now, they changed all their policies. So, my friend that's still there training with them said that the 6-month demo even is no longer an option for. If you lease a truck and you pay into it for 3 years, you pretty much pay it off. You pay into some more. I can give you the numbers, but the point is, it's not worth the headache, and it's not worth the drama if you're just getting into trucking. I would advise against leasing because of that. If you're just getting into it, it's just too much of a headache, especially for people that they say that they need a job right away. That tells me that they got bills and debt that they don't need to be adding on to the debt of running a truck and running a business. If you go into it with a good capital, enough saved up, And yeah, you can sustain yourself long enough to, I would say, actually balance out, even out, to where you start making money. And if you invest it wisely and invest in a second truck and a driver that isn't going to tear up the truck, which is a main important key of it. If you're going to look at it as you're starting a business and you want to get in there and get like 15, 20 trucks, sure, go right ahead, as long as you got the money to waste on it. It's more like you get 1 to 2 trucks and you start to notice the maintenance, you start to notice the fuel. By your 3rd truck, you're pretty savvy enough to know where your money's going and how you're losing and how you're winning at the same time. So a lot of you don't look at the fuel cap. Like if they tell you that there's a per diem or a fuel surcharge, there's a whole catch to that in itself. That falls under a lot of them basically lowballing, and I would say being as dishonest and as pretty much illegal within the legal boundaries as possible. It's like telling your friend, if you don't come work for me for this price, then I'm going to make sure you don't get any work anywhere. That's how they pretty much are with these fuel stations. And hold on, hang on, like this. It's cold. So yeah, it's pretty much with the fuel cap designed to help out those that are helping them. So like, you want to go to England or CRST. My phone's dying. If you want to go to England or CRST, Swift, Henderson, whatever, all those companies, they all have a little section in their contract there for the lease. But basically, if you don't read that fine print, you're gonna find out why you're missing so much from your paycheck later when you start freaking out. A lot of guys, they sign a 3-year lease, they get in the truck, they're driving the next day, they get their first paycheck, they think the next one's going to be better, the next one's actually less. Then they wonder why they can't take home time because they got to stay out longer to pay for that deficit. So, back to one guy wants to get into it. I would say Warner probably to start out, just because their training is it's not up to my standards. I don't think any of the schools really are, because there's a lot of stuff that they don't teach you that I think they should. I've had guys ask me how to chain with beautiful fucking trucks, chromed out, never chained in their life. I've had 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 70-year-olds with me that just make me look at them and question how they made it through life in general. So, it's an attitude. It's all about how bad do you want the money, how bad do you want to work. And it's all about the money, how bad you want to work, and what kind of attitude you have. Because, like for FedEx, I don't get paid to chain, but I also don't get paid to sit. So if I'm not moving, I'm not making miles, I'm not making money. It's the same principle once you have your truck. If you sign a lease, if you're not moving, you're not making money. You got to look at it as every minute that you're sitting, you're losing money. So that's why a lot of people are like, well, so-and-so has been gone for so long, like that lady. If you can't handle somebody being gone already and they're only in the school, then it's going to be a rude awakening when it comes to time for those lease payments. Because if you don't have a good student, one that can make the miles, then you're sitting in their seat, pretty much trying to get the truck down the road. And you're not making as many miles as you would team, and you're probably going to wind up making less than you would if you were solo, because now you're fatigued and you're trying to scrape up extra miles. And then you have your family at home mad because you're not home. And that's the thing. So that's the business aspect of it. If you screw up too, like now England's making everybody become LLC or incorporated, because it's not only more beneficial for them, but it's more like if you screw up, you're not just screwing up your own credit, like if you were to say a civilian, or your personal credit. Now you have a company credit deficit that's on record. So I think it's more of a legal situation for them. So I would say definitely the best way to start out is a company driver position, merging into paying off whatever your schooling was, and then going to the company that you're preferring or trying to go to. But you also have to keep in mind too that the most experience you get, the better. Like, my whole trip and journey was just based off of getting all the certifications possible, just to have all the doors open instead of you say windows closing, you know, or one door opens, another one, or one door closes, another one opens, or whatever that bullshit is. Get your doubles. Definitely get your doubles, especially now with the economy the way it is. That's another thing. Doubles, hazmat, and anything else you can scrape up. Tankers is really easy to get. Hazmat is, for some people, it's harder, but it's just memory. And then